If you want to tie up one of the best October Caddis patterns that are in existence, this is the time, because I have a pattern for you that you really need to try out. So the first thing we do is to basically just cut the edge off here of the floating chenille that we're using, so it will look a little bit more realistic. The hook we're using today is a Firehole 315, which is an awesome hook for these kind of flies, especially if you have a body sticking out. We want a strong thread, so we're using Nano Silk 18 in white. The color doesn't really matter, but it's an awesome thread and it's strong, so I highly suggest you to get this thread basically. So the step we're going to do now is just to basically tie in the tailing material or the body. You want to do some hard wraps because it can be a little bit tricky to get it on if you haven't done this before. But this pattern is perfect for beginners, so it's so easy to make. And I will go through all the materials used during the video. So the next part is basically to add a little bit of dubbing. And this dubbing is really nice for October Caddis because it's a rusty color, and that's basically what the whole insect looks like. It's very orange or rusty colored. So this fits perfect for this pattern. We tie it in to approximately half length of the body. We will grab the brush and just brush it out a little bit carefully so the fibers kind of blends into the tail here, which I really like. And this fly can also be used as a nymph. If it gets really wet, it can sink, but it also floats. So if you want to fish this as a dry fly, you can just put some CDC fat or something that makes the fly more durable, basically. Or you can use it as a hatching pupa, which also works. The next dubbing we're using, we're just gonna add a little bit of it here in the middle of the body to get a little bit of that grayish color to it. And it's a Seal X from Fulling Mill in the color Dun. We won't use it as much as we do with the rusty dubbing, but we just tie it in basically and do the same as we did. Just brush it out carefully. I fish these flies in late autumn, in the fall, and even in the beginning of the winter actually. So it's a really versatile pattern. You can also fish it in summer. It works all year round pretty much. So we tie it in a little bit here in the middle, and then we're going to add a little bit more of the rusty dubbing to get a nice blend to it before we go into the next step. We add pretty much the same as we did in the beginning. And we just tie it in like this. Perfect. And if you like this kind of content where we do different patterns and different flies, I would be really happy and appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and perhaps commented or liked it, so more anglers can take advantage of the flies we do here. So the next step, we're going to basically fix the legs, and you want the feather to look like this, because we're going to tie in the top of the feather, and you want to have half of the feather removed. So just one side of barbs pretty much. So we tie the front in here, just a few laps, and we pull a little bit. And we want to cut off the excess before we wind it around the hook. You can use hackle pliers here too, if it's easier for you. So we go around the hook shank like this, and we pull the fibers backwards. Just like that. One more lap. perfect. It gives a nice touch to the fly, having hen in the front. It looks a little bit more realistic too, to be honest. Even if the fish might not care, if you tie a good fly that you're happy with, you're going to fish better with it. So put some time and effort into your flies and you will see that you will probably catch more fish. Alright, so now we take just a tiny bit of more rusty dubbing in the front to just cover the thread. You can also use a pen if you like, but this is the way I do it. So we just tie it in like that. And we whip finish and the fly is done. Thank you for watching, guys.